Inside the mind of a fortune cookie. Welcome back, YouTube family. Today is a new day, and you made a conscious choice to click on this video, so I made it my mission to give you exactly what you didn't know you were looking for. No need for further anticipation. Let's get straight into business. Success is created when preparation meets opportunity. The idea of success is too broad to determine what you want to prepare for unless you know exactly the outcome you desire. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Usually in school, we study the material and then take the test, but what I learned from life is that you end up coming across pop quiz after pop quiz, even if you weren't ready for them. If you make it out alive, then you learn the lesson afterwards. So what do you even prepare for? How do you know what you're preparing for will even be on the test? Now, my friends, this is the opportunity cost of being a boss. Solving problems is what we were brought into this life to do. Or was it? Well, we sure do get some sort of award signal sent throughout our skeleton, making us feel good when we cross each one off the list. So why not just keep it at that? Well, we also feel good when we're laying around on the couch watching TV. So how do we even balance the two? Production versus stagnation. This dynamic has been a constant challenge for me to deal with. I found myself finding more meaning from the times of when I was most productive. This entranced me into believing I must need to be doing something at all times to even feel good about a day. The consequence of this was a key word everyone throws out like there's no tomorrow. Busy. Engaged in action. It's almost as if everyone flaunts the word and holds it up as some sort of medieval shield. I found myself in this situation as well. I know what you're feeling when you want to eradicate anything out of your life, bringing you less happiness overall. It was up until I was actually busy where I learned I didn't want that lifestyle at all. The word busy was used by people who I thought were getting shit done, but when I went through it, I didn't feel like I was accomplishing much at all. My need was actually not on the surface of the well, but 100 feet under. Being busy is not usually fun, but it can be if you automate particular areas around your life so you can actually focus on the things that matter. With all that being said, we can't forget what this video is all about. You, your life and your decision making, dealing with the consequences of your own actions, taking accountability for what you choose to do. If you were handed $1 million right now, but you weren't able to wake up tomorrow, would you even take it? Everyone is given the same 24 hours in a day, right? Wrong, because when the clock strikes midnight, some of us don't make it to the other side. Waking up is worth more than $1 million, so why not treat it as such? This is a constant thought racing through my mind, and everyone around me feels sorry I think that way when it brings me the most joy in the world. They come at it from the perspective that it is a burden when I try to use it as a stepping stone. It's a constant reminder that every minute and every moment given to me was embraced with gratitude and not entitlement. Some of us forget where we are at in life is the sum of all of our past interactions and experiences. Everything that has already transpired has eventually led up to where we stand today. Once you remove your preconceived notion of falsehood of having no control of who you become, then and only then will you remember you can do things right now to change the upcoming future. Why is it that some of the greatest lessons of life are learned from pain? A part of that stems from how we are wired as humans to habitually do things that will increase our chances of survival. The moment we feel a negative emotion, our brain goes, write that down, and we use it to our advantage so we don't make the same mistake twice. We store this newly acquired information in the vault of our minds, ready to use it whenever we need to come across it again at a later point. The beauty of being human is right in front of us, yet we don't realize it. With the birth of the dot-com industry, we have been blessed with times that were unprecedented yet predictable. We all learned from our history books that the old wise villagers would gather around a campfire telling stories to everyone so they were better suited once they grew up. This was the first signal of our natural desire to be heard, but not just heard, to give purposeful insight for others to become who they deserve to be, with or without you. We just hope the information we pass down may limit the struggle our loved ones might encounter. Now with YouTube, anyone can create their own videos, sharing their own ideas and opinions based from their very own perspective. I, like many others, can be stuck on this constant cycle of researching through each video, hoping, praying for the answer to set us free, yet we don't even know what question will be on the test. So what are we even preparing for? Don't trick yourself into believing so heavily in what's not real. Too much preparation will inevitably become procrastination. For this exact reason, I've decided to create this piece. 2 months ago, the clock started ticking. I went around walking out with my chest pumped up, telling the folks around me my newest goal. A cinematic experience, filled with conscious dialogue to refresh viewers with something that may be lacking. A little bit of substance goes a long way these days, and that was what I intended to create. One way I've been able to keep myself on track is by using SMART goals. It sounds so cliche, but the fact of the matter is that it works, and not many people actually use them even though they were shoved down our throats since grade school. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, timely. June 12th, 2022 will be the day this all goes live, and yet the days pass by closer and closer. I start pondering, why even desire a project of this nature to be created in the first place? How do you even make time for this when you're in college, bombarded with deadlines and tasks that you need to finish, all while trying to balance a social life so you don't burn yourself out to the ground? The truth is, there is never enough time, but you make time for whatever is important to you. While everyone is sitting off to the side watching, you could be out here doing what is calling your attention. One way to get past that hump, stopping you from trying, is asking yourself why even want this to happen in the first place. What will it feel like once you achieve what you set out to do? Is it even possible? It sure is, even if you have no prior experience in the topic, because motion is lotion. The more you do, the easier it is to get the ball rolling smoothly. Just because it can't be done doesn't mean it will be easy. To truly get what you want out of life, you will have to sacrifice. You will have to use the cards you were dealt to find the ace hidden throughout the rest of the deck. In order to win, you must be able to take a few losses. Some of those losses will hurt you, but the moment you let it define you is the moment you forget what you truly are capable of doing. Going through the rut almost always shines a light at the end of the tunnel, making it all worth it. So why don't people purposefully pick the route not safest, if they know by the end of it they will grow into something not recognizable to their current state? The answer is simple. It's better to deal with the devil you know than the one you don't. Your perception is your reality, and once you accept this, then you will start to make choices to best suit you. Steering away from pleasing people will bring you the most joy out of life, as selfish as that may seem. Why do we even have to view this type of phrase as selfish? Why is it that some people are afraid of being who they really are, just so they aren't viewed as an outcast? Be you and be loud. I've heard countless times from family and friends, or even random people I meet up with, that I should stop telling everyone my dreams. At first, I didn't give any attention until it hit me as to why. It doesn't matter about what you say as much as to why they said it, so I try to pick it apart as to why it may hold some truth. People who are constantly talking about what they want to do tend to send premature stimulants that make you feel accomplished before it even gets done. Is this what they meant, or did they think they were protecting me from having to see a continuum of blank faces as I pour my heart and soul out? Being an optimist can be hard. Visionaries rarely get to live in a moment, constant overthinking and deeply criticizing on what can go wrong before it even happens, overly excited for the new plan before it was even created. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Having a strong sense of priorities is the only thing allowing a dreamer to remain grounded. Instead of chasing two rabbits and not catching any, they can focus on the one thing they should be, getting results from the true actions that will lead them closer to their destination of choice. But one thing you should be informed about is that not choosing is still a choice. Not choosing where you want to go, not choosing who you want to become, not choosing to have standards, not choosing to acknowledge that there is a problem. Why is it that we don't take ourselves seriously? We spend so much time doing for others even when our life is in shambles, yet when it's time for us to finally win, we save it for later. Pay yourself first. Your life matters most. Be grateful for what you do have so you can go out and get the things you thought you desperately needed. What most tend to realize at the edge of the winning circle is that they already had what they thought they were looking for. Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? If you're still listening at this point, you want better for yourself than what you have right now. So congratulations, this is a pivotal moment for you. Everyone drop a comment signaling your idea of an amazing week worth of goals. And if you're looking at your keyboard not knowing what to type here, you've seen my goals so far. The most important part of your mind is the part of the mind that is the subconscious. Once you start to think, you start to do. That was the main goal of this video. Everyone watching must take the plunge into finding who you want to become. Why not start now? Thank you for spending some time inside the mind of a fortune cookie. Hopefully you found your lucky numbers and a thoughtful message to inspire you to try what you've always wanted to do.